Hello, Mithril here once again, getting back to Zelda 2 The Adventure of Link, and today we're taking on Parapa Palace. So each palace at the front has a statue of an Iron Knuckle. Stepping in the visor, it'll usually either drop a magic potion, or it will spawn a live Iron Knuckle for you to have to fight. But either way it doesn't seem to work here at Parapa Palace. So moving on. These are Wosus, and they are very annoying. They constantly spawn in, give you no experience, and if they hit you, they drain experience, so yeah, they're just all kinds of fun. The blue slimes here are called bots. The red variants that we saw earlier are called bits. Yeah, between episodes I went on the wiki and looked up enemy names. Figured I may as well. And we have a Stalfos. The red ones are usually pretty easy to deal with. And a key. So logically you stab it. I'm not really sure why. Two experience is two experience. The elevator's actually a bit of a nasty trap, because it can yank you onto itself, and that'll pull you out of range of being able to attack the enemies while they can still hit you. And with a key we can go through here. And here we have a bubble. If a bubble hits you, it drains a bit of magic. They're worth a lot of experience, but they are very, very durable. And so with all the Wosus parading through here, I don't really want to fight that one. Ambush! I'm so tantalizingly close to that attack up. I think I want to skip this one for now. Let's see if I regret my decisions. Another ambush. And you managed to get a hit on me. Now this bubble is in a good position that we can go ahead and take it out. Like I said, they're worth a lot of experience, but they take a lot of hits. As long as you can keep hitting them, though, you stun lock them. So if you get one by itself, it's easy pickings. And worth the tedium. Yeah, we're gonna be here a bit. So one thing worth noting, at the end of a palace, you do get a free level up no matter how much experience you're away from it. So it actually helps if you can get a level up right before finishing a palace. I don't know that I'm going to intentionally go for that. If it happens, though. And we get an attack up. Ambush. So yeah, those only take 3 hits now. Do not want you ambushing me down the stairs, thank you. And yet the bots still take 2 hits. It's very inconsistent. And coming up here we have a Gooma. Once you get through their arc of maces, they're not too terribly bad. It's just getting into where you can stab them. Oh, you actually had something for me. Well, since we can refill, just go ahead and show these 2 spells. Shield, like I said, it turns your tunic red, and you take less damage. Do I have enough to go ahead and use jump, too? Yes, I do. So yes, you get a much higher jump. Magic demonstrations. Oh, Thanks. So with that, we can go ahead and level up life, and that refills our life, meaning I have sword beams again. Eat it! But as you can see, as soon as we left that room, we lost our shield. So a bit of a primer on how magic works in this game. Just go ahead and let you pass by. Were I close to another level, I might go ahead and go for that, but I'm not really that close. Though, if they are just gonna keep throwing bubbles at me... Early game like this, bubbles are pretty worth it to fight. 50 experience each. If you can get one by itself, they're not really a threat. It just depends on how long are you willing to spend doing this. And I tend to be a patient Durgan. Bubbles do have a bit of weird behavior in the sense that they bounce off the sides of the screen. So it can be a little tricky sometimes to scroll them off if you just don't want to deal with them. We'd have to fight 6 of these to get the next level up. Well, 5 more. 4 after this. So if I'm willing to do this, it's actually closer than I realize. Also, some bubbles go turbo speed. And they have a nasty habit of respawning. Well, so much for our sword beams. You do you, buddy. Yes, we have them both in the party now. This is pretty much the best case scenario for this. A shame we lost our sword beams, but plenty of experience to go around here. And another. There's just bubbles all over the place here. We'll get you on the way back. I'm still a little surprised that getting that level up for attack makes it doesn't make it to where those go down in one hit. I'll have to get that on the way back. Getting that point bag is actually pretty tricky. Another of you. It's kind of like dealing with Hammer Brothers and just looking for a good opening to get through. And we have an Iron Knuckle. It took a little too long to try and stab me there. But with that, we get the candle. You do not get to use it within the side-scrolling segments. All the candle does is it lights dark areas like caves. So the caves that we were in earlier, we would have been able to actually see enemies and all that. It'll still prove useful, though. There we go. And another level up, for magic this time. May as well. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting another level up. Not before the end. I'm not going to sit there and grind 8 bubbles. Just no. We've done enough of that. They do really want to be in the way, though. But yes, each palace does have an item to find as well, so be sure and look for that. And we have a fairy. They do not refill your magic, but they will refill your life. Your sword beams won't affect every enemy. They really like this enemy in the first palace. I believe opening doors is another animation where you can get stuck and attacked, so be wary of that. I know there are some techniques to fighting Iron Knuckles. I'm not really sure what those are. We're so close to a level up. Does the boss actually give you experience? Well, let's find out and fight Mazura. Another of those cases where I could have sworn it had another name. Rather, exactly what it says on the tin, Horsehead. It might be another case of the instruction booklet gave it a weird name, or I just remember it from something else, maybe Nintendo Power. I think this guy appeared in an episode of Captain N, they might have called him that there, too. But apparently the actual name is Mazura. He only has a short-range attack, though, so he's not too difficult to deal with. And there we go. Do you give me experience? Yes, you do. So, level up for life. A key, which lets us go through here. And we get to place the first crystal. And due to how things worked out, we get the next level up for free, basically. Attack up. That worked out about as well as it could have. And since we did everything in there, the palace self-destructs. That's how that works, right? And now that we have the candle, we can actually see in caves. Very nice. I forgot to jot down the overworld enemies. Oops. So now that we have the candle, it's time to go this way. We haven't been recording that long, so we're going to go just a little bit further. Not much further, though. Oh right, they did go ahead and refill my life and magic. So, we're fine on that front. So, time to go through this cave. So these are still indeed Octoroks. Simple enough to deal with. And Gorias. Sword beams sadly don't do anything to them either, but there we go. We're not quite done yet, though. Yeah, it's one of those I'm most familiar with the enemy names from the original Zelda, so for example I remember Gorias, but not those bug things. Still not quite done. So these bats, despite the first game having bats called Keese, these are not Keese. These are called Aches. And this is an Ache Man. So we need to use our jump spell. And with that, we're out. And stopping in the woods here, there's a fairy. So with that, that seems like a pretty good place to call this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. Why didn't I use the shield spell dealing with that Goriah? Though technically I guess I did need the magic for the jump spell, so... Either way, it could have been problematic.